Summary of the town hall that Fox News, drums, did with the Democrats. At first, Bernie Sanders agreed to this, so Hillary Clinton was like, no, I'm not going to go. Wait, it's a day before the Michigan voting, and Bernie Sanders is going to get an hour? Never mind, I'm coming. Give me half an hour of his hour. And so that's what went down today. I thought Fox News was softer on Bernie Sanders than Hillary Clinton for a number of reasons. One question he got was as soft as almost anything Anderson Cooper asked the Republicans, where they said you have a huge lead on honesty and trustworthiness against Hillary Clinton. How do you answer for the fact that you're super honest?
I think that's one way to look at it. The other way is to attempt to set a trap where he implies that she's untrustworthy. Which then a lot of people could be really pissed at him for. If he were to say, well, there's reasons people don't like her.
I hear you.
That could have really hurt him.
That could have hurt him.
I know, but in the words of Bill O'Reilly, not buying it. Okay. It still frames it as, oh my, and they put up the numbers, like 92-6, like 89 to whatever, right? These giant leads for him in the area of honesty and trustworthiness. And then when they go over to Hillary Clinton, they batter her on Libya and emails. And not only are those tougher questions, but it doesn't allow her to get out any of her messaging to the Democratic primary voters, which she's desperate to do before an election. Not desperate because she's losing, but desperate because that's what any candidate would want to do, and they didn't give her that opportunity.
I really believe that Fox News doesn't believe that Bernie Sanders is an electable candidate. I think they would rather have him be the Democratic nominee so a Republican will have an easier time getting elected, right? And so that's my theory behind why they were so easy on him. But at the same time, like for the answer that you gave, John, about, maybe they framed the question that way so Bernie will attack her. At this point, I think everyone, including Fox News, knows that Bernie Sanders doesn't attack, right? He almost doesn't attack to a fault, right?
Definitely to a fault.
And so I think in some ways it's helped his campaign. In a lot of ways it's hurt his campaign. But he would never take the bait in a situation like that and attack her. So
yeah, he's unlikely to do that, even though he is trailing in some of the polls. And if he was ever going to do it, this would be the time. But when you get to the substance of their answers, Bernie Sanders wound up having a lot more applause lines, and he got to get his message out a little bit better. Hillary Clinton rallied near the end when she got back on her talking points, and I don't mean that in a derisive way. I mean, she was smart and said, hey, this is the message I want to get out, and got to do that. She even got a tougher question from the audience about the criminal justice reform, but she redirected that in a way that was well done. In her case. So it was a short little town hall. They only got a half an hour apiece. I think Sanders got his message out a little bit better than she did. One of our viewers pointed out the same thing John did as we were watching it. Adam Jackson tweeted into us, Bernie Sanders goes first again. He must be the worst coin flip caller ever.
Yeah.
Right? The one thing that was to Hillary Clinton's advantage was that as almost all the time in these town halls, she got to go last. And so that sticks with you a little bit if you watched it.
And I believe we say almost always because we don't want to discount the possibility that maybe we're missing one, but I have never seen him go after her. And normally it probably doesn't matter because what you're supposed to do with the town halls and with the forums is that the person is in a place where they can't hear or see, can't be apprised of what was said in the first portion. And I have no doubt that the vast majority of the time is the case. But there was one town hall, the round town hall, where they asked about they think of Chavez and that one, where she referred to something he had said in the previous part. And so in some cases, it might be that she is getting a competitive advantage because she can respond directly to the things that he says.
Yeah. It's also a competitive advantage to go last because people will remember that more.
That's true, too.
And so you get to rebut and you stick out in people's memories better. So, but again, in Iowa, she won. The first reporting was 6 out of 6 coin tosses. I saw a later report that 6 out of 8 coin tosses, which then led to a 0.2% win for her. So I guess she's lucky. So I assume they're doing it randomly, and certainly Fox News has no reason to favor her, and certainly their questions didn't favor her. So overall, not bad. Some people got some information out of it. They were both challenged a little bit, both by the questioners and Fox News. And at the end of the day, they got to make their case one more time before Michigan.